All right, so there we are. We are in record mode, and I'm so excited to share this time with you because we have an amazing guest on the call today. And John is a friend. I am so grateful that he came into our lives. Cam and I met John and his wife Peggy through mutual friends of ours, and we were so grateful because Brianne and Chris had known Peggy and John, but I did not. And ironically, they went to the same high school that I went to, but we were there at different times. So our paths were meant to be crossed, and I'm just grateful because John and I share a lot of similar things. We're very much, I'm going to speak for me, but I know that John can agree with some of what I say, that we're very introverted people. And sometimes that is a great thing, and other times it is one of those things that we wish we could overcome at times. But at the same time, I look at it and I say, you know what, this is who we are, and it's okay to be introverted. We can still make an awesome impact in the world in our own quiet way in the side of the corner that we're in. So John, thank you for getting out here with us. I know that it's a big step for you to even do this. You're so humble, and I thank you for taking the time on your vacation. You're in Mexico. So tell me more about what it's been like down there right now as we're up here enjoying our fall.
Thank you, Tara. It's awesome. Glad to be here. Yeah, like you said, 100%. This is not me, and stepping on a stage in a little skimpy bikini wasn't me either. But now that it's done, wow. Anyways, Mexico right now is very hot, very humid. It's saying it's about, I don't know, 34 degrees, 35 degrees, but about 42 with the humidity. So we've had rain every day, but only, very short, but very hard rains, a couple at night that were very intense, but I mean, it's not snowing. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
And thankfully, it's not snowing here either, although I've read some things about weather changing next week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But well, thank you. I won't take a lot of your time. I do want to respect your time and our viewers' time. Some people are on their lunch break and they're jumping on live and they want to see what this is all about. So
Sure.
Before we get started in any of the other questions that I have for you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, let us know a little bit about John's life.
Sure. So I've always been into sports, and I've always been athletic to some point. Not nowhere near where I am currently, but my wife and I both love outdoors. We both love camping. We've got into the sport of adventure racing. It's just, we're all about being outside, canoeing, biking, mountain biking. It's that's become our lifestyle, I guess you'd say, and our commitment to Isagenix, which just falls so much into everything we do now. It's so convenient. I've had so many shakes. It's just awesome. We love it. So I started my first IsaBody challenge, I guess, and Isagenix back in 2016, 15. I just completed my 14th IsaBody challenge. I started at about 227 pounds. I think it took me about 2-3 challenges to get under 200, and I've stayed there ever since. So yeah.
Amazing.
We love it.
And so, sorry, how many years has it been, just in case people didn't hear that?
I think Peggy's showing me with her fingers 2015. I thought it was 2016, but it was in around there. 14 challenges, and I've been in a challenge every time. As soon as one ends, I start another one. So 14 challenges ago. So
wow, and that's incredible. Like, that's not that long ago, really.
No.
In the grand scheme of things, right? So can you explain, some people here might not even know what Isagenix or IsaBody challenge is. So can you let us know a little bit about what an IsaBody challenge is? And then we'll talk just a little bit about what Isagenix is too.
Sure. So the IsaBody challenge is a challenge put on through Isagenix, which is a 16 weeks. And you just sign up and you put some photos in beginning and you put some photos in when you end, and you use the amazing products, and you're guaranteed a $200 back coupon at the end of it just for doing it. With the other rewards, who knows? It's limitless what it can become.
Right, absolutely. And the challenge is free to join, so that's really exciting.
Right.
That's great. So tell me a little bit about the way that you have incorporated Isagenix, but before Isagenix, like, what actually made you decide to join Isagenix when you did?
Well, like I said, I've always been into sports. I've always enjoyed going to the gym. I've always thought I was in pretty decent shape, but you could never get over that hump, right? And I always get stuck where it was like, I don't know. I'm not a big body fat percentage guy, but you'd think you were 15 to 17% fat. And I always wanted to get to that 10. I wanted to get to a single digit. I wanted to see a six pack before I got too much older and become a grandpa. But I just could never do it. And no matter what I tried, and it's just, you just come to realize that it's so much diet. Like it is. And you can't outwork a bad diet. You just can't. So,
Mm.
I mean, I heard about Isogenics through Peggy, and she more or less told me the first time that I was going to do a challenge and I was going to use this stuff. And I'm so glad I did. Like, it's just amazing.
That's awesome. I love it. I love when the wives volunteer or voluntel their husbands to do it, and that's what I did with Cam too. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love it. So tell me though, when you started Isogenics, you were not working on getting bodybuilding behind you. So I know just in the last few months, like when did you start to transform yourself even more so than you had in the beginning with your first probably 13 challenges? You just completed your 14th challenge, which was during the time that you became a grandfather. You went into bodybuilding, you were in a competition. I should have water beside me. And you actually placed in the competition. So tell me how you had to change the way you were using Isogenics, because not everybody is going to work for the goals that you have. But can you explain, because a lot of people have this misconception that Isogenics is a weight loss program, and you've used it for many different years for different reasons. So tell me a little bit about how that changed along the way for you, if you can.
Yeah, sure. So like, I mean, for the first, I don't know what it was, 3 years, I used it regularly, and I went to the gym and I did my thing. But then come this last January and seeing 50 just around the corner, I thought, you know what, I've always wanted to compete. I've always wanted to get on stage once just to say I did it. And I thought, time's ticking, so we better get at it. I hired a coach. I used the products regularly. We changed some stuff. There's no doubt about it. I was doing stuff wrong. As much as thought I was doing it right, to take it to the next level, like, it's not, I don't think it's really all that tough for a person to lose the 10 or 20 pounds if they commit to doing it and use the products as they're intended. To drop 40 pounds or 50 pounds when you're already have dropped 20 pounds or 25 pounds, that's a whole nother ball game. And with my coach's help and dedication and a whole new level of commitment and our products, I mean, he took me up to about 216 pounds. I was about 198 in January. Over the 5 months, trying to put some size on, he took me up to about 216, with a combination of always 2 of our shakes every day, and always our nitro, and always our recovery and greens. And, I had a whole concoction of stuff I used. And then he dropped me. In the last 16 weeks, we dropped from about 216 pounds to 165 when I stepped on stage. So,
Are you kidding? Holy
yeah.
cow. So it is some of that water weight, or like?
A lot of it was fat. I mean, and there was extra fat and extra water weight, because there's no doubt about it. If you want to gain muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus. So I was eating more than I was burning, and that's the only way to gain muscle. And then, in my opinion, but then as soon as, it's time, then you go into the calorie deficit. I still use my 2 shakes a day. I still used all my pre-workout and post-workout stuff, but my calories in my other meals, we just cut them and added cardio, which no one likes, but to get in a calorie deficit. And I would have never believed it. Like, to be honest with you, 16 weeks out, and he said, it's time to start. I thought, there's no way. In 16 weeks, we're going to go from 216 to, I was thinking I needed to get to 170, and it turned out it was 165. It was amazing. So
wow. So that, I mean, obviously this is the extreme case, because not everybody comes into Isogenics saying I'm going to be a bodybuilding competitor. So your story is very unique for sure. For the average person, what can you say, as far as your journey so far, and knowing that people can reach, oh my gosh, I have an order. I'm so excited. It might be new product. I just wonder, like, how many people, I'm not going to get that obviously, how many messages can you share with people as far as, or even just one clear message about if somebody has a goal, whether it is weight loss, whether it is just toning up, whether it is healthy aging, because you mentioned grandpa, like, yes, that was something I posted, but you are a new grandfather. Like, what message can you say to people in regards to Isagenix in their life, if that's what they choose to do? Because a lot of people have the conception too that, well, if I just eat clean and I just have the right organic foods in my body, I can do this, right? I can do this without having to order something that gets delivered to my door. So can you say something about that, whether it's a big goal somebody has to lose 100 pounds, which I know you haven't done, but you've seen people who have, you know people who have, or whether it's something really small that they just want to get a little more energy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think for the first 3 years I was the average person, right? I mean, I just chose to do this in the last year, and it isn't for everybody, and I don't know if it's ever for me again. We'll see. It is kind of addictive. But that being said, my first 3 challenges changed my life. Like, I mean, I went from that 227 pounds to 195, and I mean, that's life changing. I regained my energy. I regained so much stuff that I couldn't do anymore. I couldn't have done an adventure race. I couldn't have went mountain biking for an hour with friends in the hills at Albion or Blue Mountain. There's just no way I could have done that. And you join that lifestyle, and you become overweight and tired, and it just regained everything. And I'm sure there's lots of people that do it with other means, but Isagenix is so convenient and so good. The flavors I have tried so many shakes. I have tried so many diets. I mean, like, I've lived on cabbage soup. I've lived on everything, and this worked. I don't know how else to say it, but I mean, and it's not magic, but it works. It tastes awesome, and it just changed my life. And I don't see myself ever not using it. It's so convenient.
Awesome.
And I'm a shift worker as well, and I have a very sedentary job, and just to be able to have a shake or to have a bar when I'm hungry, rather than to have a bag of chips or a chocolate bar, or when we're camping. I mean, it's so convenient to take shakes for lunch every day instead of having to get the fire going. And it takes that whole, it's so easy to cheat thing away and gives you another option that's healthy.
That's amazing. And can I ask, do you guys have some stuff down in Mexico with you?
Sorry, say it again?
You have some stuff in Mexico with you?
Oh, we don't travel without it. It's, I haven't had my second shake yet today. I had one this morning. No, I have had two. Sorry, because I just got back from the gym. I had my second one. We travel with everything.
It just becomes your life, right? You just do it without even thinking about it. So you probably had more than you even remember having today.
Yeah.
So that's great. So, you know what? I love all that you've shared. And I'm just wondering if you could share, obviously people would love to know kind of what your day looked like. We're not going to take a ton of time to do that. But let's say for a given day right now, you're not working towards getting, yourself back on stage. But before we go there, what did you place at that competition?
So it was funny. I went to the competition, and so it's the classic physique category that I entered. And they have masters, which is 40 to 50-year-old. And I thought, you know what, I'm 49, so I'm at the top end of the group. So there's going to be a lot of people younger than me, but that's where I'm going to try. So on the night before I got there, we found out that no one else signed up for that category. So I didn't want to go in my maybe only competition and go on stage by myself. And, that just takes away from the whole part of it. So I talked to my coach, and he said, well, just sign up for the Open as well. Do them both. Do the Masters and do the Open with everybody, and you're not going to get embarrassed, and just go for it. So I won the Masters because you can't really lose when no one else is in it. And then I followed that up, and the Open started, and I was on stage with 4 guys, I believe it was, 4 or 5. And I don't know their age, but they were probably late 20s, early 30s. And I thought, uh-oh. Anyways, it turned out I beat all them as well. And
wow.
Then, yeah. And then, of course, then they have the finals, which is all the Open divisions, and they put all the winners from all the different Open divisions by height and weight all on the stage to win for the show finale. And I'm not sure how, but anyways, I won that as well. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Just to hear that, because I saw some medals, but sometimes we don't know the story behind it, right? So thanks for sharing that. That's so amazing. I'm
yeah.
excited. Wow. Okay. So, what I was talking to before that, let me make sure I am on the right track here. Oh, yeah. So, what would a regular day? Yeah, there's people giving us thumbs up here. I'm getting messages saying, well done. That's amazing. So, just to let you know, because you might not be seeing that right now. Um, so, an average day for John now, you're not working towards getting to the stage again anytime soon, maybe in the future, but not yet. So, what does that look like for you? I know right now you're on vacation and you're enjoying yourself, but you will be coming back to work soon. What does an average day look for you when you are back at work? And
So
including Isogenics and including your workouts.
yeah, I mean, I pretty much always start my day with a shake. That's just what the habit I've got into, and I just they just make me feel good. It's just a great way to start the day and convenient, and I don't have to wait. I have an hour drive to work, so I mean, I either leave when I leave at 5:30. I either would have to get up at 5 or 4:30 to make breakfast, or I can just take a shake and away I go in the car and have my shake. Um, I pretty much go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week still, irregardless. I'm not doing an hour at the gym. I've cut back to maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, depending on what I'm doing. I don't have my cardio the way it was. Now that we're in Mexico, we're still doing a lot of walking and a lot of biking and stuff like that. When I get back, I'll probably pick that back up a bit, half an hour, 20 minutes a day, depending sort of thing. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm a gym guy. I always have been and I always will be now, I think. So 5 days a week, probably.
Okay, and a half hour to 45 minutes. So, for again, the average person, do you feel that people need to go to the gym 5 days a week to get the results they really want?
I think I'm for my body, and I'm one of the people it's quite easy for me to put weight on. It's a lot harder for me to take it off. So not everybody does, but if you're like me and you're, following that, what I think it's an endomorph or whatever it is, um, I have to go 4 or 5 days a week. I know lots of people that go 3 days a week and don't do cardio and, look amazing, but everybody's so much different and there's so many things you got to take into consideration. And if you do cheat a bit more than others, then you maybe do have to go 5 days a week. If you eat very clean, maybe you can cut it back to 3, cut back to cardio. Everybody's so individual, but I think a lot of people, and depending on your goal, and if 3 to 5 days a week, with some sort of physical activity, for me works.
Right. Yeah. And it doesn't always have to be the gym, of course, but yeah, that's just where you like to go. So, and you're doing so many other things outside of that too when you're outdoors.
Right.
So, another question, do you use, and some people that are listening in right now don't know about this, but one of the lines in Isogenics is the Amped Performance line, which is also sports certified, which means that professional athletes can actually use our product without any fear of any kind of illegal substances. So, do you use our Amped line? And if so, what products do you use?
Right. So for me, I have one shake a day. That's always my breakfast. It's just a meal. And sometimes I'll put a little fruit in it, a little banana in it, mainly because I like to add a little frozen something and it just makes it like a milkshake. But my second shake of the day is always after my workout. So my second shake of the day, and this is all great stuff that I got from Dr. Paul Bionich, but my second shake of the day is an Isoline Pro. It has about half a scoop to a scoop of Isopro, just to add that protein up to about the 40 grams. I always have a scoop of Ionics in it. I always have half a scoop or so of greens in it. And I always have half a scoop or so of our recovery, which is our BCAAs in it. And I also, when I'm having my water in the gym, have a scoop of the amino acids in it as well. Just so I just rather than put 2 in my last shake. But so I use nitro prior to every workout, recovery post, and yeah,
Have you tried the new Repair? I know that's fairly new.
I haven't. It's on my next order. I'm just finishing up my container of the other one. So, and like you said, they're now instead of just having the recovery, they've split up the BCAAs and then the recovery. So, yeah, I can't wait to try it.
Which is great because I haven't tried it myself yet, but it has turmeric in it and also collagen. So
Right.
those are some really key things that people are searching for right now. So it's a great addition to our product line.
Yeah, and the nitro, it's that's one thing that I wasn't sure of in the beginning, and now I just love it. I mean, it's just the intensity it adds to your workout. It's crazy. And some people, like Peggy, my wife, she doesn't like it. She likes the power, which is our original product, and we have it down here, and I like it, and I use it. But the nitro to me is and I hate watermelon. But I
It's so funny.
still,
I'm the same way. I don't like the watermelon, but I love the flavor of the nitro for some reason. It does have watermelon for those of you who haven't tried it. And I will actually have the nitro on the way to the gym, and I instantly feel like I'm ready. I just,
yeah,
like, it's almost like the moment it goes into my mouth, I'm ready to go.
yeah.
So
I
I need
remember the first day I tried it, I said to Peggy, I was driving and I was going to the gym, which is about 20 minutes away from us because we live in the middle of nowhere. But I was driving down the road, and about halfway there, I thought, okay, I'm going to have my nitro for the first time and try this stuff. And I just come to a stop sign, and I thought I was going to have to get out and push the truck or something. Like it was just unbelievable. And I thought I still got 15 minutes to go to drive to the gym. But
yeah.
yeah,
And timing is everything, right? Like they
yeah.
say, make it the timing that works best for you. And for some of us, 15 minutes is enough. Others need to do it sooner. But all right, so I would love to just know, before we say goodbye to everybody, there's two more questions I have for you. One is, what are your next steps? So now that you've had such great results, like, are you sharing this with people? For people who don't know, are you, because we often do this, and some of us love things so much that we recommend things. Some of us keep it to ourselves. So where do you sit in that?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Peggy and I have been talking about that on the beach this last few days, and I'm like you said in the beginning, it's out of my comfort zone, and I'm not a big sharer, but I'm getting better at it, I think. And I really like helping people, so I'm thinking about taking that to the next step and offering, to help anybody I can. I'm not an expert, and I don't have a whole bunch of, sheets on the wall saying I took all these courses, but I know what works. I know what works for me, and I love helping people, and I know we have amazing products. So yeah, it's on the back burner, but it's definitely, the burner is getting a little warmer. This has really tweaked my interest, what I've done the last year. I'm one of those ones that and it's just me, but I always felt awkward or weird telling people how to lose weight and to get in really good shape when I wasn't there. That part of it. And I mean, as far as, the products, I know they worked, but I just felt uncomfortable. And now that I know I've done it, and now that I know I can do it, and I know anyone can do it, if they have the dedication and the commitment, and just really have set a goal and do it, you can do it. But you need help. And I know how much the help worked for me. It could be me, but once I paid someone and put money on the table, and once I committed to doing it, I hate wasting money. So sign up for an Ice Body Challenge. If you need a coach, hire a coach. Find someone to be an accountability partner. Whatever it takes, you just got to decide you're going to do it. We all can do it. There's no way we can't. Our bodies are able to do it. If we can get through the stuff between our ears and not quit and not cheat, and it's so easy to quit, and it's so easy to cheat. Like, I'm not going to lie. My wife can vouch for it. 2 weeks before the competition, I was in the best shape of my life. I was down to probably about 7% body fat. I was so tired. I was so exhausted. I felt like I had the flu. I wasn't having any carbs. We were doing what I had to do for that last 2 weeks, and I quit. I had the message typed up to my coach saying, I'm done. I can't do this. It's too hard on my family. It's too hard on my friends. And I thought, you know what? You spent all this money. You've spent 10 months to do this. You're so close. Don't quit. So if I can quit at that point, it's so easy for anybody else that's just, trying some shakes and says, we'll do some more tomorrow. Like, you gotta commit, and you can do it. Anybody can do it.
I love it. That's great advice. And you know what I was actually going to say, is there a message that you want to share with the listeners today? And that, I think, really tops it, about the don't quit attitude. And yeah, did you have moments, and this was a question I should have asked, moments where you felt like you were failing, or that you were ready to just throw in the towel? Because it's normal, right?
It is normal, and it's so hard on everybody. Like, I mean, I basically went into hiding for my last few weeks because, I couldn't go to visit friends. I could, but I don't have the willpower to do it. Some people do, I don't. And I knew that if I went to a birthday party for a friend, I was probably going to want to have a beer with them because that's what I enjoy doing. So I kind of went into hiding in it. But if you commit to the lifestyle, and not, you know, like, this is taking it to a whole different level. This isn't to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds. This was a big commitment that not everyone needs to do or wants to do.
Right.
But whatever your commitment is, and, you know, whatever your goal is, commit to it, and, you know, and just change your lifestyle to that level. And we can all do it. It's there, and it's, you know, it isn't 10, 20 pounds sounds like a lot, but when I seen what I did for 45 pounds in 16 weeks, I mean, anybody, we can do it. Our bodies can do it.
And you're right. It's the part between our ears that stops us most times, right? Our body isn't stopping us so much. So, John, I want to thank you so much. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add that we didn't speak about that would make a difference for listeners today before we say bye.
You know, no, I think the questions have been fantastic, and I really appreciate doing this. And not many people I would have done this with, Tara, and you're one of them.
Aww,
so
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But like we said, just everybody can do this. Don't get discouraged. Don't quit. Find a partner. You know, hire a coach. You know, that sounds maybe a little crazy, but it isn't. It isn't crazy, and it isn't that expensive. If you have a great partner to go to the gym with, if you have someone that, you know, just someone to keep you committed and, you know, keep you accountable, we can do it. Anybody can do it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is Peggy there with you right now that she can say hello? Because what does it take? Hey, Peggy, beautiful woman. What does it take to get to this place in your life, right? You've got the support that, oh, look at this. There's our box of goodies. Very fun, all the products. I'm having a little e-shot right now, but that's awesome. Oh, so good. So Peggy, you know,
Can you hear her?
if you, she can't hear me. Okay.
There, just a sec.
All right. Now John won't be able to hear me. So Peggy, I just have to say thank you so much, because you have supported John in this in every sense of the word. And I actually want to interview you next on another call, because there's so much more to this story. And you've got your own journey as well. You know, you're united, but you guys both have your own journey. So thank you for telling John to start years ago. And do you have anything else that you want to share? Because I know you probably didn't get to really hear the interview other than from John's side of it. But can you add anything more at all that for our listeners?
I think, like John said, oh, sorry, now there's a truck. The thing with we had tried a lot of stuff before now, like before Isagenix products. And for me, like, you know, and different plant-based or not plant-based, and they were all awful and gritty. And that was one of the first things we noticed with the products is the taste and the texture. So for us, it was really easy to keep using them. And then we started seeing the results of it as well, right? Quite quickly. Mm-hmm. For me, it was a lot more just energy and mental focus. Like I said, we're both shift workers, so for us the convenience was huge. But yeah, getting that accountability partner is a huge aspect. Whether it's somebody if you have a goal that's really a lot more commitment, maybe you want to hire that coach. Maybe it's somebody like a friend that, you know, you just like, oh God, I got to show up because John's going to be at the gym at 5 and I told him I'd be there, so you got to go, right? You're just much more likely to hit your goal and stick with it, because it's easy to quit when it's just yourself. Nobody's going to really know, right? But yeah, so I think, like I said, like John was saying, the commitment he did for the competition, much different than like that commitment. It's still commitment, but not everybody wants to do that. And right. That was a whole nother thing. But yeah, just how and like he said, there was times he wanted to quit. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like, are you sure about that? You know, yeah. He had those people around him, his coach, us saying, you sure you want to do that? We've come pretty far. Like, it's only a few weeks away. And that's just what he needed to get him over that hump, right? And that just shows kind of that accountability part of it, even if it's not somebody that's doing it with you. I certainly wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
No dreams of it. But we were able to just support him in that sense, right? Knowing that he wouldn't want to quit because he'd feel terrible later, right?
Right.
But yeah, so I think that's, for us, it's just changed our lives. And like I said, we've got our fridge full and our basket. We come with usually less clothes so we can fit in our products wherever we go.
Exactly.
We use them during our 24-hour races. We use them when we're camping. Brought them down here.
Right. It's just part of your lifestyle now, right?
Yeah. We have stashes everywhere. Wherever we are, there's products. My purse, wherever.
Yeah, exactly. When you need them most, that's when you need them, right?
Exactly. I always have ionics in my purse.
So
I always have extra ionics and e-shots.
yes, and it's nice because you probably say, "Hey, you need this right now?" Because some people really need that right now. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much, you guys. You are such big supporters to our community and to the people outside our community. I know, like, I'm talking community inside Isogenics, but also outside Isogenics. I see what you guys do. I see it from a distance sometimes, but I notice you and I really appreciate what you guys do and what you stand for. And Cam and I are so grateful to call you friends. So thanks for coming on this today in your, beautiful condo balcony right now and on your vacation. So I appreciate all your time and I look forward to seeing your journey continue. So, and I'll be in touch with you, Peggy, to book one of these with you.
Thanks for doing
All
this.
right. Thank
Thanks,
you
Sarah.
guys. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye.